So how could a person be saved from the chibut kever at least? He says he should love charity, he should love being rebuked, meaning told, stop doing this, do tshuva, and so on and so forth. Love doing kindness, helping people get closer to Hashem is the ultimate kindness. Get people to come to the shiur, get people to watch a shiur, help people that are helpless. Bring guests to his house. When he prays, when she prays, pray with full kavanah. Don't be a robot when you pray. Try to understand what you're saying and saying with meaning as often as you possibly can. Chapter 4, we're skipping around a little bit because we're running out of time. Rabbi Yosef says, come and see the difference between a man and a beast. An animal endures a lot of suffering in this world. The cow gets slaughtered, and after they get slaughtered, they get skinned. But it doesn't have a judgment after that. It's finished. Finished its mission. Came to the world for people to use it. If it's a kosher animal, somebody slaughtered it in the kosher way, if there was a soul of a Jew in there beforehand, that soul could get a tikkun, meaning could benefit out of this slaughter, even though it's painful, even though the skin being skinned is painful and so on, but that's it, it's finished. That soul is elevated to the next level. There's no chibut kever and genom and all the other things that I mentioned, none of that, it's finished. Goes to the next chapter, whatever the next chapter is for it. It doesn't have judgment. But man endures a lot of suffering in this world. Who do you know that's not suffering? Everybody suffers in this world. Some people health issues, some people, emotional issues, some people psychological issues, some people financial issues, all types, everybody suffers. Everybody has some type of suffering. Waking up early in the morning is a level of suffering. No one wants to wake up early in the morning. Going to work is suffering. Yeah, I love my job. Yeah, but if you didn't have to, you didn't work. You wouldn't work. If you didn't have to work, you wouldn't work. If all the money in the world was in your bank, you wouldn't go to work. Why? Because no one wants to work. You want to be on vacation. Reality is a lot of different types of sufferings. Some we bring on ourselves. Some are just part of life. He says, man endures a lot of suffering in this world, but he also suffers after his death. But if he's a holy, righteous person, at least he's exempt from judgment. But if he's wicked, if he didn't do tshuva before he died, then he's judged with the most severe judgments. And they said at the moment that a person passes from this world, it's not enough that he's frightened by the malach hamavet, the angel of death, who's made up completely of eyes and holds a sword in his hand. And they ask him, did you toil in the Torah? Did you do chesed? Did you do kind things? Did you enthrone your owner every morning and evening? Meaning, did you realize that Kadosh Baruch Hu is watching you at all time? Did you allow your friend to rule over you? Meaning, your friend came, he needed something. He didn't say, what do I want before what he wants? You're only worried about yourself, like one of the selfish people. If you did all 4 of these things, then they'll shoot a drop into your mouth and your soul will leave without any pain. Like taking a hair out of a cup of milk. But if you didn't do these things, if you didn't follow the Torah, you didn't do mitzvot, you didn't enthrone your owner, you didn't allow your friend to rule with pleasantry, meaning help your friends out, let them win a little bit. You always had to be the one with the last word. Then the soul gets dragged out of the body, similar to how when you take out a thorn stuck in wool. Now chapter 5, last one, says that at the time of judgment, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to the person, my dear son, my dear daughter, look how I took great care of you. When you were formed in your mother's womb, you weren't a miscarriage. When you came out, the air of the world, I set it up to sustain you. And I saved you from suffering. What did you do throughout the 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years you lived? Did you engage in Torah? Did you do kind deeds before me? This is what happens when you meet Hashem. This is what He asks you. If they did those things, they have those things, then they're exempt from judgment. But if not, HaKadosh Baruch Hu hands them over to the angels, the damaging angels. There are 5 damaging angels corresponding like to the 5 books of the Torah, 5 books of Moses. And each angel hits him while another angel counts. Another angel reviews according to the Beit Din, another angel shoots fire out of his body like a furnace. The 4th angel brings him that grass that I mentioned before and feeds him if he stole. While the 5th one brings his parents in front of him to either beat them or they beat him instead. Now, in Otzar HaMidrashim, page 94, it says a couple of small things that are good to know to finish off, and then you can ask any questions you want. He says that Gehenom has 7 names. Sheol, Avadon, Be'er Sha'on, Be'er Shachat, Chatzar Mavet, Bor Tachtit, and Tita Yaven. Now Sheol, which is mentioned several times in the Torah, is 300 light years wide and long. The Gemara says, how big is Gan Eden? It says 60 times the size of earth. How big is Gehenom? Some say it has no size. Others say it's 2100 300 light years wide and long. And so are the other dimensions. But the total size of Gehenom is 2100 light years long, actually. Sheol is just one of the chambers, that's 300. Gehenom itself, all of it is 2100 light years long. But it continues to, the reason why they say it has no size is because it continues to increase in size as more and more wicked people enter it. Now when a person is found guilty in his judgment, they give him over to the damaging angels who bring him to different places. The path is dark and slippery. Whoever does tshuva, instead of being beaten, they bring him directly to Gan Eden. But if he dies without tshuva, they bring him to Gehenom instead. But before all of this is done, they also get to meet Avraham and Yitzchak. And Avraham and Yitzchak come to him and say, my son, what have you done in this world which you existed for all these years? If he says, I bought fields and vineyards and I worked on them all my days. I was middle class. I was rich. I was on CNBC. Avraham and Yitzchak say to him, you fool. You didn't learn from David HaMelech that the land and all of its constants are Hashem's? As it says in Tehillim 24:2, they take him and bring in the next person who says, I acquired gold and silver. And then Avraham and Yitzchak say to him, you fool, didn't you learn from the prophets, Liah Kesef Eliyah Za'av, Neum Hashem Tzevaot? Hashem says to the prophet Haggai, minus the money, minus the gold. But if they bring a Talmid Chacham, they bring somebody that kept Torah and Mitzvot, they bring a Tzadikah there, Avraham and Yitzchak say, what have you done in the world that they exist? And he said, oh, I followed the Torah, I taught in the Torah all the days of my life. So Avraham and Yitzchak say, may peace come and rest upon your lying place. And Hashem himself accepts this person smilingly.